Ado on the first take. Yes, I'm kind of intrigued to check this out. This is Usiwa, which was basically the breakout song. I think it's the first song that everyone kind of recognisably heard from her. But the reason why I wanted to check this one out is twofold. First of all, I'm currently in the middle of doing a track-by-track listen through to Zanmu, and those videos are coming out every few days. That was delayed a little bit by New Year, unfortunately, so I'm a little bit delayed on releasing the next one of those, and so even more confusion for anyone who's watching that, wondering why this is coming out, but still, follow me on this. And also because actually a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, I did a watch through to this one, which is by Chihaya Kisaragi, called Masterpiece, and this was another example of someone doing like the well, kind of, in this case, more of a VTuber 3D model kind of look. Now, I have no idea what that's going to look like in Ado's case, because Ado, as far as I'm aware, with exception to those McDonald's things, which we do not talk about, with exception to those, I don't think she's ever really done the 3D model thing. I think it's always like a 2D drawn. And the thumbnail to this, which unfortunately I've skipped past it, but the thumbnail to this also had a bit of a 2D look. So I'm wondering, is this going to be completely 2D animated, which would be pretty cool, actually. I'd be on board for that. Well, let's find out together. Again, I know the song. It's a breakout song. I'm also kind of hoping, because a lot of the time with, usually the first take is most interesting when they do like a slightly reimagined version, whether that just be because you hear the instruments a little bit more live and raw, or just because it's a different take altogether. I'm intrigued to see what we get with this one, but anyway, let's dive in, have a little listen, and then talk a bit more afterwards, because I think there's a lot of things that could potentially be really interesting on this, or it could be straight shooting and nothing interesting, but I don't know, just something about the whole Ado aspect makes me think it's interesting. Also, by the way, I am aware that this was, I believe, done at the same time as one with Phantom Sitter, which is the group that she produced. I believe they also did a first take at the same time. Now, I only occasionally check them out, but I know I've heard some interesting stuff from them, so if you guys want me to check that one out as well to complement this, let me know. It's one of those ones where if you guys want me to, I definitely will, but let me know. I know they also did an interview together for first take. But anyway, let's watch this first. Now, if she's animated... Oh no. It's actually the real... I was going to say, are her headphones still going to creak? Yeah, they always creak on the first take. Wow, I'm actually really glad they're doing it. I'm really glad they're doing it this way. This is the one artist where we don't need to see her do it to know she's doing it. Here it comes. Do you know, actually just watching a whole movement, that's actually, to be honest, I didn't expect that. That's the thing I'm getting most from this, because I've worked so much in the studio with people singing, and the way that they move tells you so much. And the silhouette is doing that perfectly. This is the perfect example of why, however good someone is, never say they're perfect, because they can always get better. And I genuinely feel like she's improved since the original. I think you can hear her, you know? Even that was in tune. Even that was in tune. This is wonderful. I did not. Sorry, I did not see that last little movement coming there at all. You know what? I hate to sound melodramatic, especially when we're talking about someone on this level of fame. That's one of the best ones I've ever seen from this channel. That really is. And I'll tell you for why. And maybe this is going to appeal to me personally. I've always been pretty tempered about my opinions on like a lot of Ado stuff. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, no one can like dismiss the pure level of talent. But you know, she's got songs that I really like, and somewhere I'm a little bit lukewarm, and at least one where I'm like, no, I don't like that at all. But you know, when it comes to something like this is obviously a song that she very rightfully became famous for. And it's interesting because just before doing this, I was recording a review to the 15-year anniversary re-recording of Headbanger by Babymel, which is obviously a breakout song by another one of the country's biggest artists. So looking at this is interesting, seeing her re-record, you know, her breakout song like this. But again, it's the silhouette thing. I did not see that coming, because if you've ever seen her live, then, which I haven't, but I know a lot of people have, this is how she performs live. You know, you've got the big stage show, but she performs as a silhouette. And from my perspective, you know, I've never seen this. You know, I've seen little photographs and like small little clips on like social media and shorts and stuff like that, but I've never just watched a full performance like this. And I absolutely, in this context at very least, I don't know about what it's like being at a show. I mean, imagine it's great, but just in this context at least, I think it's absolutely brilliant, because, you know, when you've got artists who perform with like the animated thing in their place, that's good, that's cool, that's fun, it's very visually cool. But this, from the perspective of seeing the actual performance, the silhouette is so important, because the body language of a singer is hugely important. Not only does it convey the emotion, but also, you know, to get a human being to blast out all that air, and it's coming from the diaphragm, that's where it should be coming from, not up here but down here. It's like every note is like squeezing a tube of toothpaste together. But at the exact perfect pressure. And so, you know, the whole way that a singer moves is very much an embodiment. Oh, sorry. My temporary background is making a bid for freedom because of my arm. Now I'm emoting too much. Every single movement is part of, like, you know, pushing the air through, and whilst also emoting the actual emotion physically. You know, the body language is both a mechanism for pushing the air out, but also for embodying the character of what you're singing, you know, showing the drama, speaking with your hands as much as you need to. So seeing that aspect of it, to me, is really great. It's part of the artistry. And I stand by what I said. I think her voice is better now than when she began. She had a great breakout voice with a style that, you know, so many people tried to copy and emulate. And yeah, I just like the fact she's come back to the original, and rather than try to reimagine it in some way that maybe wouldn't fit, just sort of like just taking a shot at it with the kind of the newer, more mature, more seasoned self. It's only been a few years that she's actually been around. It hasn't been that long, and yet you see this and you just think, yeah, I can really see the quality of the artist, the growth of the artist, very much on display. So fantastic stuff. I really enjoyed this. As always, get in the comments, tell me what you thought, and until I see you, hopefully, very soon for the next one of these, for now. My phone is actually ringing. I keep seeing it in the corner of my eye. For now. Ciao, ciao.